Hey Braxton, how's it going?
It's going about to be going a lot better, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm awesome. I'm awesome. So welcome to 5 Minute Takes. And as usual, as I say to everyone who's on here, I just have one question. Sometimes I have two questions, but I have one question this time around. And so today we're talking about sales productivity. And if you don't mind, could you just share your best tips for improving the productivity of a sales team?
Oh man, I have a lot of ideas about that. I think the first place that I like to start, less is more. Like when it comes to sales productivity, I think there's the mental aspect and there's the physical aspect. So I'll start with the physical aspect and we can move to the mental aspect. Physical aspect of it, what are the steps that need to be physically taken by reps to close a deal at your organization? It's not something that people think about often, but if you take a step back and look at their tech stack, oftentimes you'll see there are a lot of things that have to happen. They're using 55 million different tools. A lot of times they got to leave their workflow to access those tools. The next thing you know, I spent 45 minutes researching something in a separate page when all I was trying to do is send an email. So I think step one is making sure that all behavioral change, all knowledge-based things, and all actions are driven into a simple workflow. You want your reps living in Gong, knowledge base that's inline, outreach, Zoom, email. That's it, right? Anything that takes them away from that workflow, as far as I'm concerned, is a cardinal sin. So that's one thing I think when it comes to sales productivity. The other thing that I like to think about when it comes to sales productivity is coaching over training. It's very easy to have death by training. What I mean by that is anything that we think is important for reps to know, yeah, I can go create a course in WorkRamp or in Seismic. But if I throw that out as the very first thing, first of all, it's not valuable to the reps yet because they don't know what behaviors they're supposed to undergo to actually make that effective. But second of all, it's not something that's being done within the scope of their actual workflow. So it's generalized knowledge, but now how do I actually apply it in a way that's going to work in real time? So what I think is most important to create for rep productivity is a culture where they're looking to self-correct and actively seeking out feedback. So as you know, at UserGems, something that we do is that the reps score and leave feedback on their own calls. Then the managers go in and score and leave feedback on those calls. And then we host coaching sessions where we're asking deep questions about, hey, what did you do on this call that you liked? How would you change it? Okay, here are the four main things that I want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? And in this way, you've got reps that are consistently growing, right, and focusing on things that are personalized to them. So from a broad level, right, thematically, I can say, well, I'm seeing across 8 to 10 reps, here are the general themes. But now at a personal level, how can I drill down and personalize that coaching specifically for them? All of which is to say, the two main things I think to improve rep productivity, make sure their workflow is simple and efficient, A, and B, make sure that you set up in an environment that's conducive to them seeking out feedback and course correcting as they grow in their careers.
Really, really love that. Especially the point on reducing the physical steps they have to take. Because I mean, I saw this thing about reps spend 41% of their time outside their main task, just trying to find data to support their work. That's it. I don't have any other questions. And so it was good having you on here. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having me.